Warning, this game is basically me reading a funny comic book to you for a long time. Thank you for watching. Seriously. What's going on, everybody? Drunken Hippo here, and we got a different one today. This is Henchman Story. It is currently in demo state. It's a visual novel, graphical novel, whatever you want to call it, but it's basically coming from the other side, you know, heroes, villains, and we are the villains. I'm just gonna lightly say that we're the villain's sidekick, but I don't know much about it. I think we're gonna check this out together, and hopefully we got something good.
Yes, yes! Another victory for the invincible Lord Bedlam! Excellent.
He's a cool-looking guy.
Brothers and sisters, at long last, the first phase of my master plan is complete. Now, gather the spoils of our conquest, so that we may return to our fortress post-haste.
Post-haste?
So you want all these pet supplies stacked in the truck?
Yes, stack the pet supplies in the truck.
Okay, just double checking, because there is a lot of dog food here, and I'm just not sure the resale value is worth the back strain, you know? Oh, and do you care about organization? Like, should we sort it by animal, or...?
You know, this is something I would assume a villain's sidekick would say.
Boxes! If you please, valued comrade.
Right. Sure.
Sure. So our name is Stan.
Hey, Dave. Can you help me with this?
Sure thing, buddy. Try lifting with your legs.
Thanks, Dave.
Lift the box, dude.
Proper work
gosh,
procedures.
No. I'm a squad supervisor. I'm supervising. But I believe in you, Stan. You can do it.
Thanks.
Great work on the box, buddy.
Okay, so we got choices here. And the choices lead to different endings. There's over a dozen endings, I guess. So what can we do to Stan? We can either... Wait, great work on that box, buddy. Way to go. Wait, Dave or Stan? Hold on. Thanks, the leg thing helped. This had better be worth it.
Well, this had better be worth the effort.
Okay, so that's
What are we
Dave.
even ripping this place off for anyway? Did they not honor one of Lord Bedlam's old coupons or something? We better not be eating this dog food. Baloney I can endure, but I'm not eating kibble for it.
Hey, fellas.
Miss
Doing some late
Dynamo.
night shopping for Fido, huh? What kind of mud is it? Looking at the two of you, I'd guess something like a Yorkie. Maybe a teacup poodle. But that's way too much food for a dog you could carry around in your purse.
Oh, he's a super Saint Bernard? So yeah, he's huge, massively big, eats a ton, shits are just, you know, gargantuan. Are you a dog person? Let me guess. Frenchie? Corgi?
Pitbull. But seriously, step
Okay,
away from the truck and
mainstream.
keep your hands off the kibble. This
Oh gosh, this is going to ruin Lord Bedlam's
I mean, I
whole
like
plan.
pit bulls, but...
I've gotta warn him.
His plan? What about my plan? Hey, get back here!
Thanks for your commitment to the team, buddy. You've got this.
Yeah, sure thing.
Sure thing.
Oh, really? Why don't you show me exactly what you've got, pal?
So what do we have? I do know some magic tricks. It's okay. I'm undercover. Oh, you don't want none of that, girl.
None of what I got, lady. You're looking at a bona fide 100% badass. You can't tell because of the uniform and my naturally svelte frame, but I'm seriously ripped. My abs have abs.
Uh-huh. A supremely ripped badass that was struggling to lift a box of kibble. Right.
You don't know my
Okay,
story.
Number one, kibble is heavier than it looks. Number two, I'm obviously hiding my true power.
Exactly.
Obviously. I have to keep it locked away or else I'd break everything I touched. You know what a pain that is? Glassware's expensive.
Well, all right then, Mr. Badass. Go ahead. Show me this true power.
All right, you asked for it. Just give me 5 minutes. 10 tops. Takes a little time to power up. Oh, and there might be some flashing lights, so feel free to close your eyes or look the other way for a bit. Go on.
Just look the other way.
That's what I figured.
Look the other way.
That's too bad.
Don't mind me.
On the microscopic chance that you weren't full of shit, I'd appreciated a little challenge for once.
I think she's
So
coming on to
what's
us.
it gonna be, sunshine? Are you gonna come quietly or not?
You know I'm not paid to take option A. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh, we got a battle scene here. But choices. Attack from left, attack from right, feint left, but attack right. Judging by her stance, she throws with her right first. So we're gonna feint left, but attack right.
You won't see this coming.
She kicked our ass. Yep. She kicked our ass. We are now in a trash can. Nowadays, everyone wants to be a superhero. You see them posing gallantly on your newsfeed and you think, sure, they're cool, but I bet I could be that cool too. I'll just do some sit-ups, start drinking diet soda, and add a little extra radiation to my coffee. Done deal. The thing is, not to crush your dreams or anything, but most people really can't. Even if you can catch that 1 in a million break and land some superpowers instead of cancer, it's a long shot at best. And if you're some powerless schlub like the rest of us, no chance. Do a billion sit-ups, change your diet, whatever. When a bug hits a windshield, it doesn't matter if the bug's been hitting the gym. It goes splat, all the same. Trust me, I know better than anyone. To do, replace phone, again, buy ice packs, find a Webflix password, Steve's X Ronin 420. Got it. No, not the big muscly dude, that's Captain Commander, or was it Captain Commodore? One of the captains. Anyway, see the guy flying off the page there in the purple? That's me. My name is Stan, and I'm a henchman. Where's the guy in the purple? Oh, there he is. Captain Whatever wasn't the first person to punch me in the face, and he probably won't be the last. At least this time I got a free six-pack out of the deal when the guy saw I made the cover of Hero Weekly. Hard to drink it with a broken jaw, but you know, it's the thought that counts. It is. Supervillains don't always socialize with their henchmen, but Lord Bedlam likes to every once in a while. Says that because we're a smaller operation, we have a family mentality. Not sure I'd go that far. Being a small-time supervillain outfits means that we steal from pet supply warehouses, and that if some animal-themed boomerang breaks your elbow, you have to wash the blood out from your uniform yourself. Does not mean that my coworkers are my brothers and sisters. I don't care how many times Lord Bedlam says it. Mostly, I think he just wants to show up to the game night and pretend it's not weird. Doesn't help that the mask kind of gives him an unfair advantage at poker. Not that anyone's ever had the guts to bring it up. Truly it does, though. I bet he's got a damn good poker face. Honestly, though, it could be worse. We've got food, four walls, salaries, and healthcare. I mean, not good healthcare, but you take what you can get when you get your ass kicked for a living. After spending a few years drowning in debt, a job like this seemed pretty damn appealing. You know, moral quandaries aside, also the frequent pain. Like I said though, not every day ends in a superpowered beatdown. Most of the time my life is pretty normal, well, from a certain perspective. Issue 1. Clock in, clock out. This is my room. It's a little cozy, but it's as nice as anything I had in college. Plus I get it all to myself. Lord Bedlam did some research, and I guess henchmen that live in private quarters perform 15% better than henchmen that live in barracks. He's all about that psychological stuff. Ooh, the alarm, it's time for work. Guess private bathrooms don't affect performance or something because we don't get those. So after I wake up, I grab my towel and toiletries and head to the locker room. Dang, this is a fancy locker room, holy shit. The locker room isn't bad. I mean, it definitely smells a little funky, though part of what is my fault. I did get tossed into a garbage can a few weeks ago after all. Also, sometimes the hot water in the shower cuts out for a second, so you end up yelping like a small dog and hopping around naked. That's super fun. Anyway, the line for the showers is always pretty long, so I start by heading for the sinks to brush my teeth. There's Dave again. Morning, Stan, you're looking chipper as usual. Okay, so not everyone has your pep. You're not funny. Good to see you too. I'm just gonna go with you're not funny. I don't like Dave. Oh wait, Stan. Damn it. I get it, it's because I look like shit. That's very clever, Dave. What's clever? Dave is without question the most overwhelmingly positive person I've ever met. I don't think he even understands sarcasm, like as a concept. Sometimes I forget. He's also my supervisor, which as far as I can tell means that his job is just to kind of exist, but with more enthusiasm. Never mind, Dave. It's not important. If you say so, good buddy. So pop quiz for you, buddy. I didn't agree what that says. Well, we don't have an operation and today's Tuesday, so that means I'm guarding a door. Correct, you're assigned to guard the classified level 4 research chamber. I'm glad that I can count on an experienced guy like you for something so important. Well, I've guarded it every Tuesday for years, so yeah, I guess you could call me experienced. I'm a regular veteran of standing next to a door. Not just any door, a level 4 door. And Lord Bedlam has entrusted its protection to our team. It's a big responsibility. By keeping that door safe, you keep Lord Bedlam's plans safe, and Lord Bedlam's plans are going to tell all of us. Doesn't it feel great? You know, to be part of something bigger than yourself. Most of the time, henchmen fall into one of two categories. Either they think of it as a job, like me, or they've genuinely bought into their supervillain's cause or cult of personality. Dave is definitely the latter. I'm almost certain he has the Lord Bedlam tattoo somewhere. Like, I don't mean some wrist or ankle thing. I'm talking lower back. Like a tramp stamp. Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, can't do such an important job smelling like this, so I'm gonna take a shower. See you after assembly. Looking forward to it, buddy. After showering, shaving, and putting on my snazzy purple uniform, I head to the main hall for morning assembly, where we'll all be addressed by Lord Bedlam in person. The hall itself is pretty massive. Of course, it has to be since it doubles as our hangar, as anyone could tell by the grounded jet helicopter hybrids that sit parked on the hall's east side, right there. It's definitely more than enough room to fit all of us comfortably. After all, we only number about 200 or so, which is a lot less than some of the bigger supervillain outfits. At the far end of the hall, there's a small stage with a podium set up. A massive screen with a live feed of the stage sits above, along with a full lighting rig, like you'd see at a concert. There's also some kind of ominous computer, but I've only ever seen it used for DJing at company functions.
Good morning, my loyal compatriots.
Good morning, Lord Bedlam. And so he arises from his slumber. My hair. Mercifully, Lord Bedlam's arrival distracts me from memories of Dave dancing to folk synth fusion music at last year's Christmas party. Not that the supervillain's ascent from beneath the stage is any more graceful. I don't know why he insists on making an entrance like this. In a world with superpowers, a stage elevator just isn't that impressive. Maybe he just gets a kick out of it, I don't know. Some of the guys eat it up.
Yeah, you are the greatest, Lord Bedlam.
And then there's Dave, the suck-up. Does he really react like that every morning, you ask? Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, he
Thank
does.
You. I love the enthusiasm.
I love you, Lord Bedlam.
All right, maybe just a little bit less enthusiasm. Teeny bit.
Sorry, Lord Bedlam.
Yes, well. Moving on.
Moving on.
Today is a normal Tuesday, so you should all know your daily assignments. If you've somehow forgotten, consult the laminated schedule you received at the beginning of the quarter.
Oh,
If
yes.
you lost your schedule, see Susan K in HR and she'll make a new one for you. But the printing fee will come out of your paycheck, just so you know. I mean, they're laminated after all.
He's Lord
That's
Bedlam
not
is a
free.
cheapskate.
We do have some injury updates for you today. First, the good news. It looks like Andrew J. will walk again after that encounter with Muscle Master. I know we were
Muscle
all pulling
Master?
for it. The bad news, James F. apparently has no idea who he is.
I laugh
following
at the
his
dumbest
seventh
shit.
concussion at the hands of the Shrouded Avenger, so he will not be returning to work. His family has received a fruit basket. For some lighter fare, we do have a birthday today.
Hey.
Congratulations to Juanita E.,
Juanita.
one of our heavy weapons specialists who is turning 27 today. There will
Round
be
of
some
applause.
mini cupcakes in the East Break Room to celebrate. Please feel free to treat yourself to one between shifts. And it looks like that wraps up our morning announcements. So let's go out there and work together to make this a great day. And the secret cabals, juntas, and unfairly moderated LARPing message boards that manipulate our society must all be destroyed!
There he is. There's Lord Bedlam.
They will pay for their crimes in blood! And when my master plan comes to fruition, we shall be the ones to exact the toll! Then we shall rip out the diseased heart of modern society and replace it with a newer, better heart of our own making! A heart that actually enforces the rules about period-appropriate clothing and has no limits on caps lock usage!
Yes.
So says the invincible Lord Bedlam!
Okay.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
At first, I wasn't thinking
Go
he was
get 'em.
a very good public speaker, but then his villain side hit, and wow, I am sold. And he disappears into the mist. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Yeah, I won't dance around it. Amiable or not, Lord Bedlam is still definitely a supervillain, and what we do is in a bit of a moral. Moral? Well, black area. I suppose it's for a good cause, I think. The whole pay and blood thing was totally a metaphor, though. Lord Bedlam isn't about killing people. He does have that line, I made sure. After everyone files out of the main hall, we scatter to the far corners of the facility and start our work day. Today, that means I need to take a long walk to the south wing. It's not exactly a scenic hike. The sights are basically what you'd expect from a hidden underground fortress: stone walls, metal doors, and no windows. Still, it's nice to move about a little, considering my assignment. When I arrive, I find said assignment exactly as I expected. The metal door I'm guarding is just like all the others, except it's labeled 1385. It has a retinal scanner and keypad next to it. Also as expected, Dave arrived before me and is standing at rigid attention, judging by his ragged breathing and his tight suit. He ran all the way here. All's quiet so far, luckily. You're 1 minute and 35 seconds late, you know. If you were 8 minutes and 26 seconds later, I'd have to mark it down. Noted. I'll remember to teleport next time. You can teleport? Yep. But only once a week, and only if I have breakfast burrito with mango habanero sauce in the morning. Think you could hook me up? You know, for the team? Well, gosh, Stan, that's outside of our team's budget, but it keep you on schedule. Then by golly, I'll see what I can do. Thanks, buddy. Oh, and it helps if I get the brand with the green packaging. You know, the one with the cactus mascot that wears a little sombrero? I'll see what I can do. Just stay vigilant. Keep an eye on that door, buddy. See you later, Dave. You got it, boss. That's me, super vigilant. But not vigilante vigilant. Like, villainously vigilant. We're gonna be a villain one day. I'm not sure how much of that Dave heard, since he's already halfway down the hall on his way to check on the rest of our squad, but he gives me a thumbs up as he turns the corner, leaving me and door 1385 to ourselves. And so my day of standing in an empty hallway begins. Seriously, on Tuesdays, that's pretty much all I do. Since it's level 4 clearance, almost no one ever even uses the door. Yes, I should explain. Level 4 clearance means that basically only Lord Bedlam or specifically approved henchmen have access. In this case, it's a handful of engineers, and they rarely show up. Whatever's in there is apparently very important, but doesn't get a whole lot of love. Doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not paid to understand it. I'm paid to stand here, doing nothing. Yippee! You might think I'm living the life, getting paid to stand around, but it does come with one problem. Boredom. Mind-numbing, agonizing boredom. So when Dave drops by to do his rounds, I find myself trying to start a conversation. Doesn't always work, and sometimes I regret it. Still, I feel like if I don't at least try to make my brain function just a little, it'll just shut down on me one day. That's how I feel every day. And there's Dave, ready to just cheer us up. Hey there, buddy, how's your day going? How's the task on schedule? Hold on, let me check. Yep, door's still there, so my sole task of standing beside it and waiting for someone to actually use it remains right on track. Well, that's just swell. You're always on the ball, Stan. Is there anything I can do to help you out? Maybe get the facilities crew down here to give that door the old spit shine? I think the door is shiny enough for now, but do you mind if I ask you something? Non-work related, I mean. Sure thing, buddy. Daily chats with the team are an important part of being a squad supervisor after all. What's on your mind? Oof. How's the online dating scene? Let's get it. Romance. Let's get it. Oh, I don't know. I've chatted with a few girls on the app. I mean, it usually starts okay, but we always seem to have a difference. What, like religion or something? I think there are specific apps for that. If it's a big deal for you. No, not that. It's just none of them seem to believe in Lord Bedlam's mission. Shit, dude, you don't tell them that you work for Lord Bedlam, do you? Oh, no. I would never violate the sanctity of our brotherhood, but it's very important to me. So I give them the bullet points of our code, and then they, unmatch me. Damn, Dave. Sorry, man. Thanks, buddy. I just wish I could date one of the girls here. It'd be so much easier. I've always really liked Jen from Squad 2-3. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly a lady killer, but I'm not quite the mess that poor Dave is. I could probably give him some useful advice. Then again, do I really need to go deeper? Yeah, no, you don't shit where you eat. Not to overstep, but you know you shouldn't date Jen, right? You're a supervisor. What do you mean? Well, she's a regular henchman and you're ranked above that. It's not professional, you know? Look, just imagine that you were asking me out, not Jen. Do you think that you would be okay? But I'm not asking you out, I'd be asking Jen out. I'm not sure what you're saying. I mean, I'm flattered, but what? No, is purely hypothetical. Listen, I don't know what medicine has to do with this, but you're a member of my squad, Stan. That would be highly inappropriate. That's what I'm saying, bruh. Good, I'm glad we cleared that up. I like you, buddy. But as your supervisor, it's important for me to set boundaries. Understand? Right, yeah, but boundaries. Sure. Great, good talk, buddy. It's important for us to communicate about this stuff. That's why I have an open door policy. Just not the door you're guarding, though. Ha! It was a little door joke. Saving that one. Ha! Yeah. It was really clever. Hey, I tried. Some skulls are just too thick to be pierced by anything short of a doomsday weapon, and I can't afford Dave to give me another shaky report. Sometimes these conversations go better, sometimes they go worse. Luckily, they all eventually end and Dave leaves to check in with another member of the squad. After that, it's another long, eventless stretch of waiting in silence before I'm eventually relieved for lunch, and I head to the cafeteria. Alright, cafeteria isn't much different from what you might find in a high school or a prison. Really depends on your perspective, I guess. I'm seeing that. Doesn't look like there's much to do here. There are long stained tables with uncomfortable plastic benches attached, a tile floor that is probably what a grizzled war veteran would look like in floor form, and the faint smell of mold and hopelessness. Most of Lord Bedlam's fortress is in much better shape, so it's strange that the cafeteria is so banged up, right? Wrong. See, Lord Bedlam may be head honcho everywhere else, but this place has its own dark master. History teaches us that whoever controls the food supply gains incredible leverage. The lord of this terrible domain learned that lesson well. So long as Lord Bedlam gets his tuna melt, this dispo has absolute autonomy. Janitors, maintenance, engineering, none can defy his will. Not here in the heart of his kingdom, so rose Antonio Giamatti, master of the cafeteria and my stomach's personal tormentor.
Next! Hey!
Oh!
Talking to you, pal!
Oh, sorry.
It's not the
What's
voice
on
I
the
was
menu today,
expecting.
Chef Antonio?
Yeah, we got bologna casserole, bologna hot dish, and bologna surprise.
I think I'm going for the hot dish. Bologna? For a month, bologna. That train we hijacked last month must have had 5 cars full of this stuff because we haven't seen any other meat since. I glance down at my options, only see 2, though they are each labeled as hot dish and casserole. They look exactly the same. Cheeky bastard. Maybe the surprise is different. So I think I'm gonna go with the surprise.
I'll try the bologna surprise.
You got it. Surprise!
Uh-oh.
It's casserole.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I mean, I like casserole.
Why? You say you want a surprise, so I surprise you with which one you get. You're surprised, ain't
Oh,
you?
you smartass.
I mean, technically, but those 2 dishes are exactly the same. Why even give us a choice if it doesn't mean anything?
Oh, the same? You little shit. What do you know about the art of cooking, huh? You think you're some 5-star chef or something? Just 'cause they look the same don't mean they taste the same.
I mean, you're right.
You're
Yeah.
right. I don't know anything about cooking. I'm sure they taste very different.
Probably not.
And
Thank you for the meal. Thank you for the meal, Master Chef Antonio Giamatti.
it's a start.
As I walked to my seat, I have a sinking feeling that I have made a terrible mistake. Maybe there's some hidden meaning here about the illusion of free will or something. Or maybe I should just remember that you can never beat a chef in their own cafeteria. Alright, back to our room. I'd tell you what my day was like after lunch, but honestly it wasn't any more exciting than the first half of it. I stood by a door some more, had a few more awkward conversations with Dave, and clocked out. The only thing I did differently today was take advantage of my personal food stash for dinner. It's running low. Only a few protein bars and ramen packets left, but better to tap into that than face Antonio again. Brew. So yeah, it's like I said, other than my apparent rivalry with our lunch man, I live a pretty normal life most days. Sleep, eat, work, and repeat. Thrilling stuff. Of course, not every day is the same. We have different assignments each day of the week. For one thing, and every now and then, we have what Lord Bedlam calls an operation. In other words, super villainy. As it happens, this Wednesday is an Operation Day. Issue 2, Operation Day. Operation Day begins the same as any other day. I mean, they kind of have to. Can't do much when I'm asleep, and I don't want to smell like shit, so that means heading to the locker room like usual. We're gonna take our take our shower, then Dave or Stan, I don't know who we are, is gonna come interrupt us. There's an intangible difference when we're getting ready for an operation instead of a normal work day. I'll say that. The locker room has an air of tension to it. In addition to the usual door, people are giving each other nervous glances or cracking bad jokes to calm their nerves. I mean, it's not like anyone expects to die or anything. Superheroes don't kill. One of the perks of being on this side of it. Still, getting hit in the head enough times has its consequences. As James F. found out, or the legs, if you ask Andrew J., so I mean, we have every right to be nervous. Shit, I know I am. Not Dave, though. He's actually excited about the whole thing. I know, big shock, just blew your mind. There he is! Dave! What's going on? Operation Day, oh boy! So excited, just got that tingling feeling in my bones. Well, that's more than I needed to know. Are you excited too? I hear this is a big one. Sometimes I wonder if Dave makes these little slips on purpose just to screw with me. I'm not sure if that's better than them being Freudian. Oh yeah, you know me. My excitement levels are like at full friggin' capacity. I live to get power bombed by masked millionaires with messiah complexes. Oh, I don't think any superheroes will be there this time. I heard this is something totally different. They'll never expect it. Pretty sure you said something like that every time. If Dave were a weatherman, every day would be sunny. Well, just in case they do expect it, better make sure I have time to stretch. See you in the main hall. As an aside, if you're thinking of starting a career as a henchman for some insane reason, never forget to stretch. You'd think this would be obvious, but tons of people totally skip it. Trust me, the last thing you want to do is pull a hammy while running from some caped Adonis type because they will not miss an opportunity to look cool. They'll uppercut you into orbit and strike a pose regardless. Of course, this is stretching stuff, goes both ways. We once got away from Red Phantom totally unscathed because his calf cramped during this big entrance. His big entrance. Bonus lesson, don't jump through a window if you don't have to. After freshening up and getting my stretch on, I head to the main hall. Before I even get there, I can hear the hum of the jet helicopter things powering up. I think we call those Bedlam copters, but I hope I'm wrong. Shit, I think I'm actually a little late because Lord Bedlam has already arrived at his podium. Not that I've missed much. Lord Bedlam likes to give a motivational speech before operations. And, well,
the shadowy masters who control our society are growing nervous, but
I'm not reading like that. With their hold on the artisanal baloney industry shattered, they see the writing on the wall. And that writing says they are the ones who are ruining the weekend for everyone, not the righteous masses who just want the orc barbarians to stop wearing jeans. Yeah, you get the picture. We don't actually get briefed on the details of these things, only Lord Bedlam and a handful of his top-ass kissers know what's going on. Need to know basis, I guess. So Lord Bedlam says, I know each and every one of you are dedicated to our noble cause, and that you will follow both my orders as well as our captain's without question. Seriously, no questions, no chit-chat, and no scuttlebutt. If you're all being a bunch of chatty Cathy gossip queens that make us look bad, we don't need to look our best today. What? Who are we impressing? The rent-a-cops at whatever place we're sticking up certainly won't care. Besides, how professional can we look in purple spandex? Now go forth, my comrades, and let loose the hounds of our endless parades of glory. Everyone claps. I'm clapping along. I don't think Lord Bedlam writes these speeches down. If he does, he certainly doesn't have an editor. Anyone who shares my feelings on Lord Bedlam's eloquence certainly isn't letting it show, though, and I follow suit. I can't bring myself to cheer wildly like Dave, but I can dutifully fall in step with him as we head to our proverbial chariot. As we file into one of the Bedlam copters, I can hear the roof opening for us with a groan. Oh shit. This is it. This is the time. Let's go. I got your back if you got mine, partner. You bet. Let's do it. As we strap into our seats, the engines roar to life, and like that, we are off. Wherever we're going, it's further away than usual. This flight is getting kind of long. I'm not the only one that realizes it either. Some of the guys have been exchanging confused looks. Eventually, though, the pilot makes an announcement. Alright, meat shields, put on your makeup and hold on to your eyeballs because we're in the pipe and going in hot. Actually, we're third in line, so we're holding in a pattern for a bit, then we're balls to the wall with foils locked and guns blazing, and woo! I'm pretty sure these things don't have any guns. I'm also pretty sure that we train most of our pilots with video games and film clips since we don't have any actual flight simulators. Yet through some miracle, we don't crash during our descent and move to join the henchmen that are already on the ground. Okay, so there's damage done. Sliding down one of the Bedlam copter's propels cables sends me through a hole in the roof of whatever building we were hovering over and lands me in some kind of tech office. At least it was an office. Our hole in the roof isn't the only one. There are at least 3 that I count. One for each bedlam copter, I guess, and a few smaller holes in the walls that are probably from weapons fire. A lot of the equipment has been wrecked, but what's left looks impressive. This is definitely fancier stuff than we usually appropriate. Can't figure out what it is though. Robotics? App development? I'm not sure. Most of the other henchmen seem to have moved on, but half a dozen stand guard over the few scientists that have been rounded up. Another whole squad remains also in the middle of the room with Lord Bedlam at their head. Excellent reinforcements, you lot. I just moved the camera to the top left because I noticed that it was covering dialogue. You shall remain here as our rear guard, the rest of you with me. No problem, Lord Bedlam, you heard him, squad. We're the rear guard, and the rest are going with him. That last part isn't really relevant to us, but I just wanted to make sure you heard. There's a cheer from the other squads, and they rush to join the others as they follow Lord Bedlam through a nearby door and out of sight. The rest of us aren't cheering. Here's the thing about being a rear guard. You're guarding the entrance and exit, right? So while your job is pretty uneventful if nothing goes wrong, you're also the first line of defense against outside interference. You follow me? If a superhero shows up, we're the ones that run into first, or run over. To be more accurate, oh boy, the rear guard, what an honor. Gosh, how long has it been since we've been selected for that? Last year, I think some lady with wings broke your clavicle. All right. Sacrificed my body for the glory of Lord Bedlam. He sacrificed his body so we could rob a smartwatch factory. Not even the good ones, just some cheap knockoffs. Look like they came with a kid's meal. Hopefully Lord Bedlam's glory will come sacrifice free this time. But if it doesn't, well, I'll be ready. Right, team? Yeah, okay. We take up a position next to a window on the opposite side of the room as the captive scientists. I want to be as far away from them as possible. Sure, we'll let them go when we leave, but that's the one thing we need to do that really bugs me. Stealing is, whatever. It's just stuff, but taking hostages, that can't be a fun thing to go through. Pull my stun baton from my belt and start messing with it to take my mind off of the scientists. Plus, I need to make sure it works. Sometimes these things short out, and I have a feeling I'll need it. This place is big time. It's just got that feel. It means we're going to attract attention, and that means... Bum bum. Suddenly something explodes through the wall to my right. Dave and I are flung forward and tumbled to the floor. As quickly as I can, I scramble to my feet, grasping my baton. However, as I turn to face the source of the explosion, my jaw drops. Superhero showing up isn't a surprise, but that's Shining Nova. Shining goddamn Nova. As in the person that took down the Skull Syndicate and went toe-to-toe with Dr. Calamity's Supreme Ultra Death Bot. Shit. We're screwed. Completely screwed. Time's a factor here, so I'm only gonna say this once. There's no way you can beat me. That means you can either give yourselves up or get your asses kicked. Your call. Can't make it for you. I really considered just giving up this time around, but I should have known better. By taking any time to think at all, I've given Dave a vast edge in reaction time. For Lord Bedlam, charge! Dave and most of the other henchmen charge wildly. Some raise their stun batons, others fire with their beam weapons. It goes about as well as you'd expect. Ping, pow, poof, pow. What henchmen that are left seem to be fleeing, the ones that are further away than me at least. I'm maybe 5 meters from Shining Nova and he's staring right at me. Oh god, he's staring right at me. Hey. What's up? Well, you attack. Screw it. Yeah! I raise my stun baton and leap through the air like some majestic henchman basketball star about to dunk all over Shining Nova's face. For just a second, I look cooler than I've ever looked in my entire life, and he banks me on the head. Until my baton collides with Shining Nova's shoulder and does absolutely nothing. Well, this is unfortunate. He kicked my ass. Again. Well, I've gotten my ass kicked twice. Nova's punch sends me flying across the room. I'm pretty sure I pass out for a second as I crash into the ground, and when I come to, my vision is spotty. Wasn't very smart, but I'll give you bonus points for style. That was one of the better ninja leaps I've seen out of a goon in a while. Thanks, I'm all about looking good. Hey, some people say it's better to look good than feel good. I'd say the jury's still out on that one. I struggle to my knees, blinking and glancing about as I try to regain some sense of where I am. As I look around, I realize just where I've landed. A few yards to my right are the engineers that Lord Bedlam took as captives, and not far to my left is a door leading further into the facility. They're still tied up, so they can't escape. Maybe that's why Nova isn't rushing in to finish me off. Here for the safety, to be honest, I expect the exact same fear. It's just a job. I don't want to hurt these people. And then again, Nova doesn't know that. Maybe I could bluff my way out of this. Or should I just make a break for the door and hope for the best? I'm gonna pretend to threaten them. I grab my communicator from my belt with its cylindrical shape and blinking red light. It could easily be confused for a small explosive. Okay, enough playing around, hero. Back off, or these hostages and I are headed to the same place. That's hell. This is a bomb. I'm threatening them with a bomb. Oh yeah, man, I'll do it. Right, do me a favor, look in my eyes. What do you see? I feel like this is a poor setting for karaoke. Speaking literally. Oh, a visor? Right, and what do you think that visor can do? See things real good. And scan them. And oh, shit. Yeah, that's not a bomb. No, it's not. I'm beside you, though. Not even a little. It's not my day, is it? Sure isn't. Okay, this is just a tranquilizer, so it won't hurt, but you're gonna feel pretty groggy when you come to. A hatch pops open on the side of Nova's wrist, revealing a small dart gun. Sweet dreams, baby. Miss Dynamo is maybe 10 meters away, but I know that distance won't mean much to someone with that kind of strength and speed. Even if I wasn't still hungover from shining Nova's tranquilizer, my odds of getting out of the way aren't good. Dynamo knows it too. She takes her time sizing me up and settling into her stance. As Dynamo's muscles coil, I reach for my baton and desperately try to think of an angle. It's gonna be even worse than the trash can incident if I can't right now. I'm as dangerous as a pillow covered in bubble wrap. I don't get much of a chance. As soon as I brandish my weapon, Miss Dynamo bursts forward. I guess she figured giving me the first strike last time was charity, though. I wince, bracing for the pain. But it never comes. There it is. Oh. Instead, Dynamo's fist collides with a glowing red energy sword, held by an unfamiliar woman in a red and black catsuit. The blow is so strong that the weapon pulses, and I can feel the ground shake. Even so, the mystery woman barely gives any ground. She angles the energy blade to turn it more into a glancing blow and steps back to steady herself, but it still looks effortless.
Tisk. These aren't your toys to break anymore, child.
Scorpion, what are you doing here?
Scorpion?
I just told you. These are my playthings now. If you can't play nice, then, oh, I'll just have to take them away. Oh, you never do pay attention, do you? Not even the slightest bit. Don't you ever tire of it? The ignorance.
Shut up!
Shut up! Miss Dynamo violently breaks the deadlock and leaps back. The woman in the catsuit, Scorpion, does the same, but somehow more gracefully. Holy shit, where did she even come from? She was so fast that I barely saw it. Since when did we have a ringer? I stare, dumbfounded, momentarily forgetting about escaping. It's not often you see something like this when you work for a guy like Board Bedlam. A victory for us usually means a distraction or an escape. This Scorpion lady is gonna toe-to-toe with a powerhouse like Miss Dynamo, and God help me, it seems like she could actually win.
Ooh, temper, temper, child.
Stop calling me that!
Oh, she is fighting back.
Listen to yourself. If you're not careful, you'll have another tantrum. And then who will have to clean up your mess this time,
Oh, it won't be you. Don't worry. Nah, you're gonna be the mess.
What promises? Promises. Always promises with you. Never once delivered.
To be continued.
To be continued? Preposterous! This can't possibly be the end of the demo. Where was my moment of triumph and glory? This should have ended with I, the indescribable Lord Bedlam, standing atop a pile of my defeated foes, cape flowing majestically in the wind as I... Is no one writing this down? You there, new girl, come here and take notes.
Yes, sir. No problem. But, would you mind not calling me New Girl? I'm not just wearing this name tag for my own benefit, you know.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I have trouble reading with this thing on, with the glowing eyes and everything. The guy at the shop talked me into them. Said they look well. Do they look intimidating?
Yes.
Yes. Very intimidating, sir. Menacing, even.
Ooh, I like that. Menacing. Mark that down too, next to the bit about my foes in the cape.
Got it. Menacing eyes, flowing cape. And would you say it's more of a heap of your defeated foes, or would you rather stick with pile?
Oh, heap. Definitely heap. Well done. Hold on. K-A... Ah, Kate. Well done, Kate.
Thank you, sir. Will that be all?
Yes. Now if you'll excuse me, I must go and practice my cape flourishing for the actual demo. Keep up the good work, Kayla.
Sure thing.
It's Kate.
Not sure why he was complaining. I thought he got plenty of screen time. But hey, at least I got to sneak in some for myself. And if you buy the full game, you'll see me a lot more. It'll be fun, I promise. And mostly painless. Well, not for Stan, but...
Kara, get over here! My cape got caught in an office chair!
Oh god. Coming, sir.
Kate! Okay, that was good. Alright, so that was Henchman. Very interesting, comic book-like style game. You got choices, all this other stuff. Very funny, interesting dialogue. There could have been more voice acting, but they clearly state that they're going to be adding it in the future, and that is perfectly fine. I liked what voice acting there was. It was good, but it was a lot of reading, so as you can tell. Excited to see what's come of this, and I had fun playing it. You can find it at itchi.o. I'll leave everything down below, and thank you for watching. I'm Drunken Hippo. See you in the next one.